What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a 2015 Volkswagen Beetle with a crazy story. The owner said it's been burning oil like crazy, so they parked it and it sat for the last 2 years. So now they want to know if it can be saved or if it's scrapped. So let's find out. So here it is, and it looks pretty dirty from sitting for the past few years. And it looks like it's missing a reflector, or I guess it's part of the blinker, I'm not too sure. And the side mirror is broken. They hit a trash can, so we'll get that fixed. And then coming to the back, we're gonna also fix this trunk latch because this is broken. It doesn't shut. These break pretty often. You can see there's a wasp nest, we'll get that out. It doesn't shut. Then moving on to this side of the car.
Overall, it's a good car. The only codes on the dash, they got low tire pressure from sitting so long. And then there's an airbag restraint light on. She said that she threw a package of water, a case of water on the seat, and it went off. So I don't know if that's gonna be something stored in the code that we can't get with our code reader, but there's no check engine light, which you would think with an issue this big, it would be a check engine light.
But yeah, we're gonna get all 4 tires filled up with air.
Overall, the car's decent. So let's pop this right quick. Check this out. And then we'll run the codes first. That'd be a good first step. Missing this too. Belt looks good. Car has, I think, 120 something thousand, if I remember right. All right, like Tyler said, the reason they parked the vehicle is because it was burning a ton of oil, so they don't know if it's the rings going out, valve guides, or something simple. But we're gonna start out, it's our favorite scan tool. We got a bunch of them, a lot of companies send them to us. But this is one I bought, it's an app on my phone, it's one of the best ones. So we'll have a link in the description to all this and all the parts and tools we use. So let's get this plugged in. We gotta crank the vehicle up and run it. We got oil back in it. So we good there. And it takes a little while because there's got to go through all the modules and everything. Just plug straight into this OBD2 port. All right, we got that foot on the brake. And then it's going to connect Bluetooth. All right, this scan is at 4%, so it's going to take probably a good 5 minutes. We'll let that go, and then we'll see what we got. All right, we got a ton of codes. A lot of them's pretty bad too. I took screenshots so I can close the app out. But let's see. Here's the seat belt. We knew we got that one. Got an anti-block brake system, and then we got. Each cylinder has knock threshold. We got fuel pressure. Let's see what else. We got pressure too high on each cylinder. And we got a transmission one that's from that ABS. And these are all from when it had a bad battery, but it's got a new battery now. So being that it has those pressures, I've got another little test I'm gonna do. And that way it'll eliminate if it's, we could always do a test on each cylinder to check the pressures. But let's check, we could see if it's the PCV valve, and I'll show you a real super easy test to do that. So the first test we're gonna do is we're gonna check and see if the PCV valve is bad. And to do that, we need to get the car running. So Tyler, you can crank it, and we're gonna do a simple test with this oil cap. So crank it up, and we can test that real fast. Take this off. All right, so that's your PCV valve right here. So I'm gonna take this off. We got extreme vacuum on it. That means that's busted. And if the engine starts to kind of die, we know we got a PCV valve that's bad. Yeah, we got extreme pressure. Hear it? Hear the engine? Shouldn't be doing that. So this is bad. This is the evac canister for the fuel. So we changed that out. Most cars, this is like $5 and it's about that big and it's just a little check valve. This one being German, I think it's got a big diaphragm here. So most likely that diaphragm is busted and it's putting a lot of pressure on all our cylinders. So that's probably where all our codes are coming from. So we can get this ordered and that ordered, and that, I think that's gonna solve everything except for the anti-block brakes. We'll figure that out too. So you can go ahead and cut it off. Tyler's gonna go ahead and get this removed. That way we can run to the store and buy another one. But these cars are known to burn oil, and they also are pretty known to have a bad PCV valve. And if you don't know, the PCV valve stands for positive crankcase ventilation. And every combustion engine has some kind of gas that leaks past the pistons. And that gas that gets past the piston, that's called blow-by. So if you don't vent it, the pressure builds up in the crankcase like ours is doing right now, and it could blow out seals or push oil where it don't belong. That's why you burn the oil. The PCV system, it kind of works like rerouting the exhaust gases. That way you can kind of reburn them. And at idle, the engine has a high vacuum, and the PCV valve opens up enough to suck those vapors back into the intake to be burned. So if you get a tear in this diaphragm that's right here, then that's what's going to give you this high vacuum pressure like we were seeing. Like as soon as I pulled this off, it just sucked it right back down, and it was making the engine idle pretty bad. So that's a super easy test that you can do is with the oil cap. So Tyler's getting all those loosened up. We'll get that off. We'll get this evac canister off. We might as well change that because this, no telling what is rerouted this way, and this could be gummed up with oil or whatever. Plus the gas that's been in there is pretty bad. All right, so this is the PCV valve. I was hoping we could see the busted diaphragm, but they have this cover over it. It's going to be right here. And it's actually a cover on the valve cover itself. So we're going to have to put a shirt over this. And I had to take off this coil pack and I had to loosen that one to get it to slide up. Just put this over it so nothing falls in the engine. And I disconnected the negative battery because I started doing some electronic stuff. So we're going to change this out too. Go to the store, buy these two, then we'll order the mirror and the latch. All right, we got all this off. We're going to wait for these parts. While we're waiting on that, Tyler's going to start on this mirror.
And I was hoping it was just the speaker cover we had to get off, but it turns out there's 2 bolts here we have to use and then 2 bolts down here. So I'm going to use this tool to take the whole trim off.
Yeah, I think something's blocking it right here. So it's just going to take a little longer. And the mirror, I found that on Amazon for I think $65, so that's not bad. And it's power mirror and power heat. Is that a T30? Yes, one of those Torx 30. Volkswagen loves the T30s. All right, after loosening all that up, these 2 bolts, we was able to pull it loose here and move that piece over. So we didn't have to take the whole panel off, which makes things a lot easier. Just one bolt that holds the mirror on. And then we might still have to take the panel off to unplug the mirror. We'll try to make it easier, and it looks like we're still gonna have to do it. All right, we got the mirror out. It's just one wire holding it. We was able to pull this back, reach in and unplug this. Nothing to it. 1 bolt holding it. Get that ordered. Now we'll do this latch. I was reading these go out pretty much on these cars too. This car is 10 years old, so a lot of stuff like that's going to start failing. But that's an easy swap too. After you get these 2 bolts out under here, you just pull these down. You got all these little tabs that connect into here. And let me see that screw. I don't know what this is. What do they call it? Triple square 8 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that. So we used the T40, T45. I think it got a wire on it. We're going to unplug the wire. But we used that, and that got it off. So we'll get that unplugged. Might have to unplug it from the back. And get that ordered too. We got this out. This was the wiring harness. If you ever have to do this job, just press that and just pull straight out. Tyler's gonna air all the tires up, get them to spec, because they're all pretty low. I was gonna go to AutoZone and get the parts, but they were pretty expensive. And I just looked on Amazon and they're way cheaper. So I went ahead and ordered some fuel injector cleaner. The PCV valve was $35. Let's see, the evac 18, that door latch 18, and then the mirror was 66. That's pretty cheap. And then for that issue back here, see if we can see it. See the two wires? Looks like that was supposed to be in a plug. Maybe they hit something and it just yanked it out. So that might be why we're getting pretty sure that's why we're getting an ABS issue. So I don't know if that had a plug that went to a wheel sensor or to the transmission, but that's going to be the issue there. So I don't know if we're going to be able to fix that issue because I don't even know where it goes. I have to do a good bit of research on that. So this, I'm confident we're going to have this engine fixed. It's not going to burn oil anymore, and it's going to be a really good engine. The engine's strong. It's got a lot of power riding through town. So Tyler's getting all that done. It's going to be a nice little car. It's going to be get fixed up nice.
Alright guys, it's the next day. We just got all our parts in, so let's open up everything and see if all our parts match. We're going to start with the side mirror. We got it for around $60, and I think it was around $300 new from the dealer. So let's see if it matches up perfectly. Let's see.
Looks the same. Check this wire first. That's what I'm worried about, is the same connection. Yeah, that's the same.
Looks like it's pretty much the same to me, so that should be good.
So that saved them a ton of money. Alright, let's keep opening stuff up. Alright, this is the PCV valve. That's the main thing that we needed to get in. We also got this, which we can add that in now, because that gas is 2 years old. This is the fuel canister, evaporator, solenoid, whatever it's called. Hopefully that's the same. I'd love to get this job knocked out today. Yeah, that's gonna work. So far, so good.
This matches up.
Turn it the other way. So this is a little bit different. See, they have that. This one don't have it. This one has the hole here. This one don't. Everything matches up. Everything's the same on this side. So maybe this is a new and improved design or something. I'm gonna try it. It says it definitely fits. So hopefully that's just a newer design that's better.
And the last part we got was the trunk latch replacement. Let's get this opened.
Let's see, the old one was right here. And that's gonna work too. Looks like we got everything, so we can start knocking everything out, get this job done. The PCV valve went on good. So it's an exact fit. I just kind of uncertain on the back side. So Tyler's tightening that down. We already got this evap canister changed out. That was super simple. So just don't over tighten them because you'll crack the plastic. And we got to hook up that hose, and then that'd be it. Well, then we got to put this back on too. We had to take that off. Getting the coil pack on, and then we'll better crank it up. Make sure that's good and tight, because you want your coils tight on there. That's good. And then I put the nut over there. See, I got that on, that's clamped. Had a hose here, screwed that back down. Just tighten that nut, then that's done. We'll have to put our battery cable back on. Okay, just put the battery cable back on. Tyler can crank it. We can check do the oil cap test. Remember last time the engine would almost die when we took the oil cap off. So crank it up. And also we had a louder noise coming from here. So let's see. The engine didn't change at all. Still got a little vacuum on here, but it's not as bad of a vacuum. The engine stayed running exactly the same. Last time when we took the oil cap off, the engine just almost died on us. So it's a huge improvement, so that's gonna help a lot. All right, Tyler's gonna pour the fuel injector cleaner. We're gonna let that just kind of soak in for a while. We'll get this started. This fits perfect. I'm glad this works. This saves a ton of money. Finishing up this mirror. This is the hardest part, getting this, because all these pieces in here break and you got to swap them out or figure out a better way to do it. Got it all on tight now. So now we just got to put that interior panel back on. Just putting these last two bolts back in. Then we put that cover. And then there's two little quarter turn bolts down here. They don't come out, you just turn them like a quarter turn and it locks in place. This mirror came out really good. All this lined up perfect. And it's power. This slides in. And it's heated. So for 66 bucks, that's way cheaper than the original. I think it was 300 and something that I looked up. So that's gonna be good for this older car. And then next we'll put this on, then this job will be done.
All right, we got the mirror on and we got the panel all bolted in. Now let's see if it works.
Well, I hope it works. Put this on right. Yep, it moves.
Perfect.
Can you see it on camera?
Yep.
Nice.
This one work?
Yep. That one's louder. That motor on that's probably about to go out. All right, trunk latch. All right, so this actually takes a triple square 8, you said, I think?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use a T40. That's gonna be good enough to get it on. Let's get the wiring harness in first. We might have to finish tightening it with some vice grips. Yeah, one would strip out on me, so I'm gonna have to use these to finish tightening it up. This one tightened good, this one wants to strip, and I don't want to mess up the inside for the next person.
Take this wasp nest off.
And I think we have 2 screws that go up in here, so we just get this pounded in and then screw it up. This is going to be a lot harder than I thought. You got to line up all these little tabs. All right, I went ahead and took this off. I think the smart thing to do is we're going to close it and see if it's going to open, because if it don't open, I need to be able to get to this to take this off. So let's see if it's going to work. And it works. So the hard part is going to be getting this all lined back up, because there's just so many tabs. And then this is going to have to fit in first. Otherwise, then it's just not going to fit right. This is going to probably take a little while, take 2 people. So it wasn't too bad. Definitely need 2 people. Just got to get this end in first and then line up a few of the little tabs and then slowly just keep working your way and lining them up. The last is to put these screws in that go 1 on each side, and that's it. All right, this all works good. That works good. So let's go take it for a little test drive, and that way we can come back and read the codes, because all the codes are clear right now. So we need to run it for a while and see if we get any codes coming back. All right, we're gonna run it around the neighborhood a little bit. But we still have that airbag seatbelt light. I don't know if that's ever gonna go off. The tire pressure, probably have a bad sensor in one of the tires because we just aired up all the tires, so they should be good. No check engine light. Car's got a lot of power though. Kind of hoping that the tire pressure light would go out at least. And it never did get a check engine light for some reason. I don't know why. You'd think if we had all those codes that I showed you that we would have had a check engine light too, because some of them were pretty serious codes, like high pressure in the cylinders, and a lot of that was just from the overpressure of the PCV valve in the crankcase. So we're going to run it maybe 10 minutes, and then hopefully that'll be enough to generate some more codes. I've been driving for a while. I started scanning it while we were driving, that way we can get a jump on it. But still got those 2 codes, or two things on the dash, which I don't think they're ever going to come off. So we're going to let it run for a while and see what codes we got. All right, just finished running the codes. I took some screenshots. So first one, idle control RPM higher than expected. That's something new. I don't think we had that before. Idle control system, same. Still getting that seat belt and an anti-lock brake. So the higher RPM, it could be I don't like the PCV valve we put in, or it could be that we put that fuel injector cleaner. It only has a few gallons in the tank, so it may be running a little hotter than normal, so the RPMs are up. Or it could be the throttle body air control valve, so we'll have to see what that is later. But the ABS, I don't know if I showed you this last time, but to see the 2 wires, got this wire and that wire. I think they were into a plug, and I think that might have went to a speed sensor, and they might have hit something and it just pulled everything out. So that's probably going to be the issue there, but I'll let them take that to a brake place. I just wanted to get this fixed for them, so it'll be good and running for them. But other than that, car's great. It idles good, even though it's getting that code. So I think everything's fine. It might just be the code popped up in the very beginning and now it's going to go away, but I'll redo all the codes in a few minutes.
Alright guys, let's come to the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed. This was a little something different. We've never worked on a Beetle before, but I'm sure she's going to be very glad we got a few things fixed for her. And we're also finishing up our boat engine, so make sure you go check out that series, and also check out our Instagram at Swamp Boys Garage, and we'll see you in the next one.